the challenge is I'm running out of money. I only have 1 or 2 months salary left, for a team.
From Value Invest Asia, this is The Asian Mavericks. We explore the hidden stories of successful founders, business leaders, and investors in Asia. Here's your host, Stanley Lim.
This week, we chat with the founder of InvestingNote, Shanison Lin. InvestingNote is today the largest investment community platform in Singapore. It has also expanded its business now to Malaysia, Thailand, and Indonesia. This year, InvestingNote has actually merged with Share Investor, the established investment platform in the region. And that deal valued both companies together at around $30 million. However, it has not been all smooth sailing for Shanison. In fact, he went through some real tough times, and there were multiple times where InvestingNote might have failed. We will get to all that, but today let's start with the beginning, with Shanison way back in his childhood. You grew up in China, right? And you want to tell us a little bit more about your life growing up. How were your family close, and how do you get this entrepreneurial spirit in you from family?
Yeah, I think this is a good question, and quite a lot of people asking me like, why Shanison, startup journey is so tough, and why do you still want to actually, keep pushing for this and make it work? So I have to say that probably a lot of things is because my family's influence as well. I was born in a village, in China, Fujian province. So both of my parents actually, they didn't really go to school. So my mother never studied at all, and my father only studied until primary 3 or 4 only. But even when we were in such a bad environments, in China last time, my father is the one actually who trying to find any way actually he can make the family live better, So he has this kind of spirit. So he was finding every opportunity, and he essentially was a businessman. So he did a lot of business before, for mining business, have a lot of factories before as well. So that kind of things actually helped me to build the fighting spirits I have, in my body.
Right. Okay. So since you were young, you saw how your father really struggled and strive to protect and provide for the family. But is he open to you about his journey? Like, do he bring you to work or show you, or try to cultivate you, or it's just something that you just from observation?
It's more like the things actually my father showed me, in terms of what he has been through. I can give you one example. One thing I remember until now. That incident probably happens at the age of I can't remember the exact. Maybe it's definitely 7 or 8 years old. Because I was staying in a village until 9 years old. Then after that, I moved to a town. So that was probably at the age of 6 or 7. I remember very clearly. So basically what happened is one day, my father, came back home, but he was actually very worried, and I can see that, But the reason is he was talking to my mother, and basically they were saying that there's one worker was seriously injured in the mine, because the mine sometimes is quite dangerous. It can be collapsed, it can be a lot of things can happen inside. So there's one worker was seriously injured, and he might even die, So that's the things actually they were discussing. And as a kid, when you hear the word, someone dying, you are panicked, and you are very scared. So that thing actually made me remember until now, And after that, I saw, basically it's like a truck, carrying someone, passing by my house, So that's something actually, made me remember even more, for that. So my father has been through those tough times, but he's still fighting for that, So it made me remember this until now.
Right. Okay. Well, definitely, I can sense that he has a very big impact on you, and of course, after you started growing up, and then you have chosen to come to Singapore for your university. Is that a choice by yourself, or is a family decision?
I guess that's a fate, for me to come to Singapore. Originally, I actually never planned to study abroad, for that. So it's just like a Chinese, when you grow up and study and, choose some university in other major cities in China. I was a good student, fortunately last time. So I was one of the top students in my school last time. So I have a lot of choice in terms of which uni I have to go to. But unfortunately, I was aiming too high. So I was aiming one university in Shanghai. This is really the top universities over there. But I was missing by 1 mark, to enter into a uni. So the China system actually has a way for you to choose, a few choices. The first choice is which university, second choice another university, third choice you can choose another one. If the first choice fail, then probably the second choice, the university might pick you. So for my second choice and third choice, right, basically I surpassed their benchmark very high, But unfortunately, these two unis, they have enough students who choose their uni as the first choice. So they prefer students who choose the first choice. But so unfortunately, I didn't get into it.
Oh.
Then after that, I went to the fourth choice. It's a university in Changsha, called 中南大学, So when I received, the notice that I was admitted into the university, basically it stated that there is simple opportunities, you can come here to study in the university. But then I have to go through another exams and interviews, conducted by Singapore MOEs. And so I decided to take on a further challenge. Although I just finished the university entrance exam, which is, very tough. Everyone knows that, China, this exam is a period that you suffer a lot, but that mentally, and I decided to take over this challenge again, so I was very fortunate to be able to come here because I passed the exam. I passed the interview as well. And I still remember a few MOE officials came to the university in 中南大学. I was there for 3 months. So they conducted interview in English, and I was able to make it through. So there was probably about 1,000 students actually trying to come here,
Right.
So I was fortunate, to be selected one of them,
Flashback, you have made cake come to Singapore.
Yeah.
What's your first impression when you came here?
Okay, that's 20 years ago. So the first impressions I have definitely is actually a very beautiful city. But as a second impressions is basically before I came to Singapore, I feel that probably I was able to speak English well. I was lucky to be one of the top students there. But unfortunately, when I came to Singapore, I realized how come I don't understand what they are talking about. Is my English something wrong with my English or something wrong with them? That's really the first impression. Like, what are they talking about? How come I can't understand at all?
Okay.
Yeah, but after 20 years, now I speak like them, English now.
Okay. Yeah. How was your university life overall? Was it still as do you feel like just as competitive as you were back in China, or it was a different kind of university culture?
I was only in China's university for 3 months, so it's actually a very short experience. Over here, I have a longer experience. But overall, I think there's a few differences. Firstly, the difference actually I remember very clearly is in China, it's still divided into different classes, and you stay together with your classmates who are studying in the same class. So, and you still have a teacher who is in charge of the students, But here in Singapore, everyone seems to be very independent. Which is something actually I don't get used to it, because we are all taken care of by parents and teachers all the way. Suddenly come here, you're on your own, so, and you have a lot of freedoms. Even you don't want to go to class, it's fine. Nobody going checking on you, are you there or not, So initially I was actually not getting used to it, but after a while, 8 o'clock in the morning classes, forget about it, Let me just sleep a bit more,
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So very, very, very easy way to disseminate into the culture. And for your course, you ended up taking computer science?
Yes, it's actually under School of Computing at US. So the school it offers information system.
Right.
So basically, it offers both programming courses at the same time something related to business development.
Right. Okay. And why did you choose this course?
First thing is actually for Chinese scholars to come to NUS, we don't have much choice. We have to choose something related to engineering. So I have to say 20 years ago, maybe something about programming, they don't feel very fancy last time. These few years, programming is something actually all the students want to, go into, because of all the tech developments, all tech companies, startup companies as well. So second thing is actually, I want to still have a passion to see how I can start a business in future. But at the same time, I want to learn about programming.
I remember you telling me that, during the last year of your university, you actually attempted to start a business.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tell me the story about it.
Yes. So just like I mentioned, actually in NUS, right, students has a lot of much more freedoms over here compared to Chinese university. So initially, at the first few years, suddenly there's no one actually, managing me. So me together with a lot of friends actually, enjoy the freedom. So we play our games, having girlfriends, Yeah, at the same time, actually, we had a lot of fun, and but at the same time, actually, I was actually mixing up with a lot of friends, making a lot of friends because, just like I mentioned, I don't understand what they are talking, the language is one of the barrier. So I feel that maybe I should overcome that, and I was someone actually really like to make new friends. So I play a lot with them, speak to them, learn a lot of things from them about their country, their cultures as well. So that was the first 3 years I have, but when it comes to the fourth year, I start to question myself as well, what am I going to do, since I'm going to graduate already. But then I just thinking that I'm a lucky guy, so there's always opportunity here. So one of my two friends actually got starting computer science as well. So they came to me and said, Shanison, I'm actually going to start a company. Basically what we are doing is we offer website developments. At that time, iPhone is not the things yet, it haven't started yet. So offer website developments, consultancy service, as programmers, they always do, for the service. So I thought maybe it's a good opportunity, I always want to start with something, but I just don't know how at the time. And one of my co-founders, basically, he went to a MOC program, which basically NUS offered them to have an internship in overseas companies. And these are startup companies. So he has a good foundations and experience. So I sort of joined them and to start this together as a co-founder.
And how did it go? How do you start finding your first client?
That was tough, actually. So me and another one. So basically, we have three. I'm a Chinese at the time. I haven't get my new citizenship. The other one is actually Malaysian, and the other co-founder is actually Singaporean. So three of us. So the Singaporean guy actually is the one who actually managed the business development because he know more people. He's the people that can connect with other guys much better than two of us. So me and the other Malaysian basically is the one backend guys. We do developments and for them. So he managed to find some of those clients. Like some of them is actually the school on the developer side. There's one is actually European unions as well. They have office in Singapore. They want to revamp part of their website. So we do have some small business over there. But I just said that they know that we are students, we are looking for opportunities, right? So they always squeeze us, until the price is so little that we can't even afford, our meals. So that's a challenge part, we have. So we run the startup company 6 months before we graduate. And then we still struggle another 6 months after we graduate.
Right.
So total time we spent on this first startup company is about 1 year.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what makes you decide that to throw in the towel and realize that maybe it's not such a good idea?
Okay. So honestly, we have been suffering quite a lot for the first year. And both me and the Malaysians, actually, we have a lot of stress as well. Both of us are scholarship students, but after graduating, we don't really have any financial support at all. So financial is the number one thing that you kill this startup business for us.
Right.
And same thing for my co-founder, the Singaporean guys as well. He also, he don't want to take any money from the family. So financial is number one thing. As a student, we don't really have any buffer at all. So I still remember at the time I was actually staying together with my girlfriend. Now it's my wife, and I don't even have the money to pay for rent. And she's the one actually helping me to pay for that. So that gave me a lot of stress. And three of us decided maybe it's time for us to say goodbye, and then let us to gain more experience, industry experience, and at the same time maybe to accumulate some financial buffer for us for our second startup company in future.
What's the one key lesson that you learned from that experience?
You must have a team that is able to work well together, and then you must have enough long runway, because startup is actually not a sprint, it's a marathon. So we have actually financial stress, and then if we are not able to deliver something, we have to shut it down. So that's the number one thing that kills us. So our runway is not long enough. So and the teams actually, honestly, because we are a first startup company, it's just like a boyfriend, girlfriend, right? You always have quarrel initially for that. So for three of us, actually, we don't really know how to work together very well with each other. Especially when the other two co-founders, seems to have a lot of conflict. And so I'm the one trying to manage both sides to see how to resolve the conflict. And it's actually honestly very suffering for three of us together.
I see. Okay.
So, we are in this kind of three-party relationship. It's not easy to manage.
Yeah, definitely. I can imagine. But after the experience, you started, of course, looking for a job.
Yeah.
How did you came about with Share Invested?
I was actually looking for a job, so I applied quite a lot. I do receive a lot of offers. But Share Master actually they offered me the job as well. But honestly, at that time I have a few choices. But why Share Master? Because my first choice because what they are doing at that time. What they are offering is the financial data for the financial market. So at that time, stock market is something actually very new to me. But I always feel that there's a lot of money to be made, for investing or trading, but I just don't know how. But when this opportunity came, I feel that maybe it's a very good opportunity. I can learn something from there. Although the salary they offer is not the highest among all my offers, but I decided to take up this opportunity, because at the time, I feel that money is not number one thing, because how much big difference can you have? Probably just a few $100s, because we're just first graduated, it's not much. But most important thing is what is the opportunities, what can we learn from that? So that's why I take up this offer.
Right. Okay. It dawns on me. I think that when you're explaining all your decision making on your life journey, I feel that subconsciously you are quite a very long-term thinker. Like you said, not just the salary at the moment, but where is the growth opportunity that you can, both in terms of when you started choosing to go into computers in university and then also choosing share investor.
Yes.
So this long-term view that you tend to have, is this something that you slowly cultivate in you, or this is just a character that you have always been like this?
That's a very good question. It's probably the first time I got this question, Stanley. I never observed actually I have this my side in terms of thinking about long term for that. But probably it's something subconsciously I have in this. How do I be better for that? And I'm not someone who just focusing on the short term games I have. It's not someone actually just enjoy the temporary pleasures we have. The pleasures we have. It's more that how can we be better in futures?
Of course, now after you joined Share Investor, what was your role there at the time? And
I was actually a programmer. I was doing the developments for the. At the time, Share Investor wanted to revamp the whole website, so I was actually doing the developments for them. I was doing programming. I was there for 4 years. So I moved up rank every year. So from engineer to senior engineer, then become tech lead. To manage the developments for that. So I managed to do a lot of financial portals, which is very big. For example, the Bursa Malaysia Stock Exchange website was developed by us as well, my team. So that's something actually I feel that I'm very proud of.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And of course, definitely, I think you gel well with the management and the culture over there to stay there for quite some time. But what prompted you? How does it go about?
Yeah.
Finally, you think that I need to throw down the towel and
throw down again
and try again.
Yeah. So I was there for 4 years. Learning every single things I can learn. I was just someone, I don't know why, I was just very hardworking. Like I mentioned initially, I really don't know about investing and trading, but in Share Investor, basically we have a lot of opportunities. We partner with a lot of financial key opinion leaders, educators in the markets to teach about financial investing. And it's always the course is usually in the weekends. And I was always the one trying to volunteer. Although I'm an engineer, I said, can I volunteer to help you guys? I don't need to have any offering new, but I just want to, stay there and listen, can I go? So I always do that. And I managed to learn a lot of things from all the educators out there and managed to get to know a lot of people over there as well. So after 4 years, I just feel that there's opportunities for me in the financial markets, based on what I learned so far in terms of financial markets. And I decided to start over again. There's always fire in the belly, as an entrepreneur. Even you fail, but you always feel that I still want to try again. Yeah, we never learn our lessons, even it's so tough, or we just want to try again.
Right. And how did the idea of InvestingNote come about? Why do you feel that it is something that's viable?
Yeah. So it has to come to my first experience as well, where I start investing. I don't really know that the stock I bought is something actually I should really put my money in. And also I just talking to my friends, or colleagues, but at the same time, I was actually, looking at any discussion areas, we have, so at the time, usually it's just some forums, which just have a lot of messy information over there. And it's not something actually, you can find information easily and you don't know who is the other party on the other end. But at that time, actually social media is the norm, over there. and something growing very fast over there as well. So I thought, why not actually I build a social network for the financial markets, and bring all the key opinion leaders, educators like you guys, on board, share your views about the financial markets and educate the users. And then, if let's say the people want to share the contents of InvestingNote, after 30 minutes, they can't delete it, so we just want to give some credibility in terms of the people who are contributing to the contents over there.
Right.
So that's how the whole idea scene come about.
I see. Wow. Okay. Now, I'm with this strong idea that you have. Maybe your experience of discussing that with your wife. How did it go down?
Okay, so that was actually honestly a very tough decision. I want to start a company. I have this rough idea, but I really don't know how to do it. But at the same time, I don't really have any co-founders at all as well, I was the only one having this idea, But when I tell the manager I actually want to resign on that, they tried to retain me, for that. I was really quite struggle, on that because, I've been with the company for 4 years and there's opportunity, they want me to manage a team, and for a fresh grad for working for 4 years, the ability to managing a team of a lot of people, it sounds like fantastic, but I was just struggling whether should I start a company again or actually, stay the company while I have a management role over there. So I talked to my wife, and my wife is someone who always very supportive in terms of what I do. But one good thing is she try not to influence in terms of what I think, So just help me to analyze, what I think, So I tell all the rationales I have. But in the end, I still decided to quit my job because I feel that I failed one time and I've been working for 4 years. And once I commit to stay, because I am somehow actually once I commit something, I don't want to give up very easily.
Mm-hmm.
So if I commit to stay, I might be another 3 or 4 years. And I don't know I'm going to have another fire in my belly until so many years later. So I decided, never mind. It's a time for me to start over again. That's why I quit my jobs.
Wow. Okay. Definitely, I can already feel the stress when you're talking about it. So you tender your work and then you started working on this idea.
Yeah.
How long did you work on it to bring it up to market, and how did that go?
That was tough, man. I was struggling for the first 2 years, trying to find a lot of things. I was trying to find, I was trying to find co-founders. I was trying to find the money. I was trying to find the direction of a company. Struggling 2 years, So the story is like that, So initially, I was the only founder in the company, But then I needed some money, No money. How do I find people, to join my team? I only work for 4 years. I don't really have a lot of money, And I was not taking any salary after I quit my job, I was actually burning my own savings, for the first few months. So I wanted to apply some government grants in Singapore. Singapore government is actually very nice. They offer a lot of grants actually to for a startup company, as long as you prove them actually you have the passion, you have a team, you want to do something and there's opportunities, and you're clear in terms of what you're doing, right? So they will offer to support for you. So I tried to apply for this grant. But then the requirement is I need to have another co-founders at this, So I know that is something actually I need as well, because at that time I was really a hardcore programmer, but I was not really a guy like salesperson or business development guy, or relationship manager, that kind of people. So I was trying to find co-founders who can join me, and I managed to find friends who is such a reminder, I thought that having a reminder as a co-founder is great because they have all the clients, and they can bring all the reminders to come on board, and every reminder bring all the clients. So we are going to be flooded with all the people's. So sometimes, dream is actually very easy, but reality is very tough, So I have the other 2 co-founders as well. One is a data scientist, one is an engineer. And so 4 us come on board, and we managed to get a Singapore government grant for that. And we managed to hire some people as well. But the grant is actually only 50,000 Sing dollars.
Right.
Yeah, it's not really a lot, consider that it's a startup company at the beginning, and we need to hire and we need to do marketing, all those. After half a year, we finish all the monies that we have, and the co-founders feel that Shanison actually we are, the co-founders I have is actually part-time co-founders.
Right.
They never quit their jobs. I never managed to convince them, to join my company as a full-time co-founders. So after half a year, they feel that the company is struggling, it's tough, and we are running out of money, and I feel that Shanison, I just feel that you are the one trying to push forward, but we as a co-founder, we are dragging you down, you know. That's what they feel, you know. So they say, Shanison, actually, I to leave, you know. I'm so sorry for that, you know. So 3 of co-founders leave one by one, you know, for that. And I back to one person again. I was struggling a lot, you know, for that, you know. And at that time, I was really lost, you know. And my child was born, you know. My son was born at that time where I was actually, you know, in a moment, I don't know how to do it, you know. And God give me a kid.
How are you making ends meet at this period? How is the website making money? Or
Yeah, so no, at that time actually the company was almost closing down, you know, because I don't know how to continue for that. And I have a lot of friends actually doing startup company, and we are in the same incubator, you know, because I was using the office in US, you know, incubator. They're so nice to offer to alumni like us. So some of my friends to tell me that the Shanison investor is there, you know, just give up, you know, because you have no one, you know, and you have no money at all, you know. Why not join me, you know, in my company, you know? So startup founders is like, a lot of them are good salesperson. They want to convince you, you know, to join them, you know. So at that time I was lost. So I really think that maybe it's time to declare death for InvestingNote. So I really joined him. I tried to help him a bit, you know, for a few months. But it's actually my wife actually remind me, you know, so Shanison, why have you been doing this few months? You know, I know you're struggling for InvestingNote. Then I was so embarrassed to tell her that actually, you know, I was, you know, working in another startup company, you know. It's just only after 1 year, you know, the company has struggled and I go into another company. And he feel that it's actually very hard to focus on 2 things, you know, at one time. Although one thing is really struggling and you have a kid, you know, another company, what are you going to do? So it made me wonder, maybe I should actually, you know, go back to, you know, the original idea, why I started a company. It's not because I want to join another friend's, you know, startup, which is about dating, you know, which is not something actually I'm passionate about. I already have a wife. I don't interest in dating anymore. You know, so I thought that finance is something actually I want to go back to. So I tell my friends that I don't want to help you anymore. You know, whatever work I have done, you know, you just keep to yourself. I'm not going to claim anything I have. You know, I want to go back to InvestingNote.
this actually happens quite often in startup. As the founder is the only one that is driving the project forward, it's very easy to lose momentum and lose faith in the project. Shanison was lucky that he was reminded by his wife to continue to pursue his dream. Starting a business is always a high-risk, high-stress endeavor. So I believe that having the right life partner in this pursuit is extremely important. Shanison is definitely having the kind of support from his wife that he needs.
So I start to resort everything I have. No matter it's actually finding co-founders, you know, I do have mentors helping me to find co-founders. And I start to continue to do development for the platforms. And I start thinking about how to do marketing and start to taking a lot of online courses and books, you know, to learn about different kind of areas to, you know, strengthen myself, you know, to prepare for this. Yeah, but there's opportunity came basically is Share Investor CEO, you know, and COO, they are co-founders for Share Investor. So after 1.5 years, you know, onto investing or struggling, almost closed down. So they give me a call, say, Shanison, what have you been doing so far? You know, they have some opportunities and they have some clients, you know, and they probably can collaborate on, they can, you know, maybe get my help to do some developments because they know actually I'm very good at doing developments, you know, programming side. So at the time, actually I've been not talking to them, I've been avoiding a bit talking to them. The reason is I was also in the financial space, you know, although it's a bit different. We are doing community, they are doing financial data. But I don't know what they are going to think about me, you know, in a way, you know.
Yep.
But when you give me a call, I tell my wife, I'm going to tell her honestly what am I working on. Because InvestingNote is at this kind of cruel junctions, right? Who knows? And honestly, in my heart, actually, I need to talk to him because we've been working closely for so many years. You know, why do I have to shut down the communication channel? It doesn't make sense.
Yep.
You know, and I talked to him. I bring him to my office, a small incubation rooms over there. And then I share with him what am I doing. And he feels that, wow, this is something that can complement to Share Investor's offering. But Share Investor at that time was subsidiary under SPH, Single Price Holding. So he said that I can help you to have an opportunity to pitch to the SPH board, you know. And that's what he did. You know, after a few months, he helped me to arrange the pitching. And thankfully, the pitching went very well. Share Investor CEO and CEO, the co-founders, they also put money into the company as individual investor. And the SPH invest in our company with Share Investor, you know, into our company.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how we have a second life, you know, for InvestingNote. But that was after 2 years, since I started the company. So for 2 years, I was struggling here and there, and finding directions.
Wow, what a new turn of event once you started talking to them. But when you are pitching it to SPH and to share investor, were the InvestingNote already having a good community? Was it already vibrant or?
No, not at all. It's still ideal stage.
Right. Okay.
So as I mentioned, the corona life and everything, right? We didn't manage to get into the markets at all because we don't have any money to do the marketing at all as well. And so I was the only one person again, So that's why I was so thankful that, I able to get this opportunity, How can I invest in a company just at one guy and one idea? And I tell them that I'm going to build a team, with this. And they trust me to do that, And probably they see that how I struggled for 2 years, but I never give up. They see someone, especially for a lot of investors and VCs, they want to invest in someone. Usually they don't see the ideas, but they want to see a team, the people, who are able to push through,
Right. Wow. That's quite impressive. And from I don't know the management of Share Investor and also the board how they think, but from your story, I feel that it's less so about you pitching them that idea, but rather they really have this trust in you. And I guess when your time with them, you have really impressed them, and there is really a vote of confidence in Shanison. It's yourself. In pushing this idea forward, and that's what they are betting on.
I think you're just lucky, So I managed to get a trust, and they trust me so well. So I'm forever thankful to them. So wherever I share about my startup experience, I always share about this story, because if not because of CEO and COO, the company has already died. I won't be able to be here. So I always thankful for anyone who helped me along the journey.
So the lifeline for InvestingNote came from this chance meeting. Life really works at such mysterious way. When he was explaining this part of the journey to me, I started remembering this famous speech by Steve Jobs, where he said that we can never connect the dots of our life forward. We can only connect them backwards. So even before Shanison has any plan for InvestingNote, his years of working with Share Investor was so critical to its success, because he must have done a great job there and impressed his bosses. And that led to the key investment into InvestingNote for the future.
Even my friends who actually asked me, Shanison, investor is there, I'm still thankful for him as well. Because without that, I might not be able to pull back my forces back to InvestingNote 100%. It's only for that few months I'm helping him, I managed to clear my thoughts that I need to come back, for that.
Right.
So although he was telling my InvestingNote there, but I'm still thankful for him.
Yeah, and of course your wife on definitely clearing up your thinking as well, right?
She's a strong woman behind me.
And that's amazing. I always feel that having a good marriage is half the battle done.
Yeah. That's right.
So right now with the new injection of capital from Share Investor, and also the potential of collaboration between InvestingNote and Share Investor, everything should be good now, right? So what happened next?
I mean, raising money at that point, the feeling is definitely fantastic, right? So, it feels like from 0 to 1, but in reality, it's not from 0 to 1 as well. Because I just have the money, but I didn't have a team yet, so I need to find the team actually to join me, the people actually to restart over again, So I was actually fortunate to have a lot of team members join me. Ethan, he has been with me since the early days, since 2016, and Stanley was very familiar with him as well. So he has been investing for many years, start helping me with the marketing, pushing into the markets, bring the users into the platform. So with that, I always thankful for a team who have been helping me on the journey for so many years. But at that time, having a team is the first challenge, but how do we build a product better? How do we actually, without spending more money in the markets to get users is also a challenge. So there's a lot of challenge actually at the beginning, for that. And having some money is just the first step, for that.
Right. How long did it take you from getting the fresh injection of capital to building up a sizable team and you feel that you're ready to go to market? How long did that take?
After I raised the funds, actually I spent another close to 1 year,
Wow.
for me to have a better product and start to get some tractions for that, So that was in 2015, when mid of 2015, I received the money. I built a company in 2013, so about 2 years, right? So in 2016, actually we pushed out to the markets, to mass market, collaborate with a lot of key opinion leaders, educators, reminders, and also the school, university clubs, so that's where actually we grow quickly from that. So it take quite some time, for that, right? Especially because we are community business. A community business is not easy to start at the beginning,
Wow. Okay. And once you starting getting a little bit of traction on the platform, what was the main idea? How are you planning to make money from InvestingNote?
At the time, actually, I have never thought about actually making money at all, So really, it's probably a trend at that time for a lot of start company. We focus on user acquisitions, page views, traffic, and I also have the same mindset as if I manage to get users and traffic, and I'm able to raise the funds, and with the funds, that we think about how to make money. It's happened to a lot of startup companies as well. They never thought about how to make money over there, not just keep raising the funds and all that. But that gave me a big problems actually, having that kind of mindset, So this is what happens, after 1 or 2 years, we have some tractions, and we're trying to raise the funds again. Then at that time, actually, I was trying to ask Shannon, the CEO, against help, to see that, hey, how about, you guys can put in more money, and then we pitch to SPH to put in more money as well. So for the second round of injection, and then we can grow in the market bigger as well. So at that time, he feel that he has been talking to SPH board, and generally they are actually quite supportive. They feel that should be okay. And Shannon as the CEO and CEO personally, they feel that they want to, they committed to put some money as well into a company. But they are trying to arrange a pitching date for me, but it's not, SPH board has been quite busy as well. It's not easy to arrange a day. But the challenge is I'm running out of money. I only have 1 or 2 months salary left, for a team. So, but 1 month before my salary run out, they actually managed to have a pitching session for me, But unfortunately, there's something happens, and SPH board actually decide not to actually invest, for that.
Okay.
There are some personal reasons actually with one of the board members over there. But what happens is after these incidents, share investor CEO and CEO say that originally commit some money to invest into a company. They say they can still put in money as an individual investor in it. But to show commitment, Shanison, you also must put in money yourself, and the original amounts actually they put in, they were actually reduced by half. I can understand because the anchor investor actually didn't put in money, so the risk is going up, and they need to have someone to have as a founder, to have more confidence and commitment for a company. By the time actually I have running out of my savings at all, really I have zero savings. I told my wife, I come back to my wife again, the strong woman behind me. So I told my wife that investing again is at this moment of life or death again, and these are situations. And I want to borrow some money for you to put into InvestingNote. This is the only way for me to save the company. And my wife actually never think twice. She support me with this. So basically, she put in the money. She's not a real shareholder, but she lent me money to put into it. And then Shannon CEO and Shannon the CEO put some money.
Wow.
Then after that, I quickly changed my mindset. I'm not doing the burning money and raising the funds, that kind of game anymore. I start to try to make the platform whatever way we can make money, I do it. So within half a year, actually we are become, make a lot of money, generate revenues. And then after 1 year, actually we are become profitable.
Wow.
So that's the way actually we try to do that. But it changed my mindset also when all this happens in the industry.
Well, this is the second time InvestingNote might have failed. When your anchor investor decided not to invest anymore, it became almost impossible to raise any new money. So although Shanison was able to find some smaller investment through his wife and his ex-bosses, he knows that this will be the last time that InvestingNote can raise any meaningful funds. And if InvestingNote is to survive, it will really need to start to stand on its own. So Shanison is now on a mission to turn InvestingNote into a profitable business. How do you go about monetizing the site? How do you see the whole platform and then end up monetizing the platform? Is it mainly still similar to other platforms like Facebook on just advertising predominantly, or?
Initially, actually, it's more advertising for that. So we have the EDM base, we have the platforms, we have a sponsor post, because we are something like a Facebook, but for investors and traders. So initially, the model is quite similar, right? So basically, what we are doing is we helping those stockbrokers, remisiers, and Singapore Stock Exchange, and product issuers, fund, as well, to create awareness, to reach out to a retail base as well. So this is actually one of the main business model we have. Even until now, we are doing a lot of customized campaign for these people and these partners. It's not just about advertising, it's about customizing campaign, activate our user base, for our users. But at the same time, we have another marketplace, which is actually a premium content. So we partner with our key opinion leaders to generate, monthly, paid content, and users have to pay a monthly fee for that. And then we take a cut from that. So these are two major things actually we are making money for that.
Wow, amazing. From there on, there's less financial stress on the company, and then you can focus a lot more on trying to make it a better product and expand. So was it all smooth sailing after that?
I mean, definitely not. I mean, startup company is never smooth sailing, for that, and I mean, we try to make more money and generate revenue and break even, but we also have challenge, even until now, So how do we grow bigger in terms of community, and how do we balance between making money and growing the community? So it's a challenge we have, even until now. While having financial is great, but then at the same time, you might sacrifice a bit in terms of the speed of growth. While looking at other companies like Shopee, Facebook or whatever, So they pumping money to grow a market quickly, After that, they fix the way how they are doing the business model and that. But not anyone can be so lucky to go to that sector size. Not anyone can be like that to have the trust of all the VCs and pumping all the money into it. So we are just a small company, and we try to find a way to survive, After incidents of company almost bankrupt or closed down for 2 times. So I feel that having survival is such a number one thing for that.
A key development for InvestingNote later at that stage is which you merge with Share Investor.
Yes, that's right.
Of course, Share Investor also gone through their own restructuring as well with their management buyout. So since you say that you're already profitable, why do you see the need to merge the company together?
That's a good question. So Share Investor basically, I think a few years ago, they have a management buyout. They buy back from SPH, so they become a private company again. So the management has more freedom in terms of what they want to do, for the company, instead of actually every time to seek SPH approval. For my case, it's actually, our company has been profitable for a few years, right? But at the same time, I just thinking, how can I grow bigger, But personally, I feel that we are hitting a certain bottleneck as well, I also don't know how can I grow bigger. I was trying to find opportunities, and I also talk to some investors as well, are we able to raise some funds, how can we be better, and bigger. At the same time, Share Investor is thinking about, how to consolidate resources and restructuring. So basically what happened is last year, during the Chinese New Year, I have, live sessions, with my 2 investors, Share Investor CEO and COO. So we are having a lunch session. So we are talking about all the challenges and opportunities that we have. And then we are thinking, it seems that there's some opportunities between the 2 companies. And frankly, both of 2 companies, actually, we are targeting the same audience. It's just that we are offering different things. What if actually we put in the 2 company resources together, and then can we actually go bigger or not? Right. So this is a thoughts behind that. And a lot of people asking me who actually initiated that. So I tell them that I can't really tell you why. The reason is I also don't know who, because it's just a natural conversations when we talk about the opportunity and challenges, right? And we are thinking about, hey, it's too sad we can do something about that. So the whole conversation started since last year, February, for Chinese New Year, until actually we closed the whole deals, end of last year, December, Yeah, so it take about close to 1 year, for these things,
Wow. Yeah. And then now, when you announce this deal to your team,
Yeah.
What's their response? Were they excited or?
Okay, so it's actually something actually I share with them, why am I doing it? I think as a leader, it's actually very important to share it within the thought process. It's not just to, tell them, I got to do this, I didn't follow or don't follow, this is not the right way to do it. I always, share with them, why am I doing this, And I have a team of people from Malaysia. I fly all of them actually kind of Singapore. I haven't tell them, I'm going to share with them these things yet, but I fly all of them come here because I feel this is one of the major decisions, one of the major milestones for a company. I need to talk to them face to face. I need to share with them. So all of them come to Singapore, and then I share with them the reasons behind that, the opportunities we have in future. Then I get a support from the team, for that, and I was very thankful for the teams for understanding, in terms of what I have been, doing for that. And after the mergers, and they're still with me, for that. I was very thankful for that. Although it's a big difference, because last time we were a small team. We only have a team of 7 people. It's a very small team. Now we have an office in Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand. We have a total staff strength of more than 100 plus people.
Wow.
So there is a good big difference actually in terms of a culture, team management. So it's something actually for us to see. It's like a marriage, how do we actually, can come closer together and at the same time, to have a smooth sailing futures, hopefully.
What has been the challenges, after the merger, do you feel is your key challenge right now?
Okay, so for me actually after the merger, basically my portfolio grow bigger. I have a bigger team as well, right? So I have a team. So basically a whole share investor group. So we have 2 main business. One is IR business. It's an online IR. So we have a listed company for Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand. So they are our clients. On the other hand, we call it investor platform business, which is the one that we, on my side, I'm actually managing both InvestingNote and share investor platform. And then I also manage the advertisements and events, like big events like Invest Fair, the REIT Symposium, is all managed by my team, for that. So the big challenge I think is actually, we have much bigger portfolio right now. And how do I actually have a balance between, this, previously I just have focused on InvestingNote. Now my mind is actually, I need to think about both. And share investor platform and InvestingNote platform, how do I find a better position for both of them? And how do I actually make sure both can go bigger together? So these are things actually we are working on there. And I think this is something actually will be exciting coming up also.
Right. And one new development, of course, is you have been pushing hard to expand, to grow the community here in Malaysia.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit more of the thought process? Because do you feel that you have already sort of saturated the Singapore investing community? Because definitely in my mind, InvestingNote is now the largest investing community in Singapore, much more than any other even website or forum, right? Is that the idea that you feel that this has already been saturated and it's time to move to another market?
Yeah, I mean, that's actually really one of the thoughts as well, for Singapore markets. And there's still way to grow, definitely, but we are thinking actually, when you go to a certain size, and instead of taking every single one of them actually in the single market to be your users, compared to the other way, you enter into new markets and try to get people into it, which one is easier, So we thought actually having both definitely is better. But with the limited resources, so our Singapore side is more about monetizations, how do we make more money, having contributed more value for our partners. On Malaysia side, we are thinking about how can we grow the new markets. So there's a new engine, actually, growth engine for us, for that. So that's really the thought process for that.
Wow. Just listening to your entire journey, it's quite an adventure that you have been, right? And there's so many point of time in InvestingNote that you could have given up, but you did not. And this is something that I realized from a lot of entrepreneurs as well, right? This never say die attitude. And of course, definitely you have that in you as well. Do you feel this is something that is just innate in you, that you don't want to give up on something that you work so hard on? Or it is something that you can cultivate, is a character that you feel that it's been trained up over time?
This is interesting because I think one of the things actually, when you're doing something, you must have a strong passion, really must something actually you believe in, something that you feel that you really want to do it, and you can actually continue doing it, even as there are challenges in between. But imagine you are doing something. Imagine just on my story is my friends actually asking me to do dating website, for that. But imagine actually I started with that, but dating is not something actually I'm passionate about. Even it managed to grow, I might not be able to continue working there, or not to mention actually if let's say they are very challenging for the startup, I might give up very easily because it's not something I actually wanted to do, right? It's just like having kids as well. I have 2 kids right now, 9 and 5 years old. So I always tell them, kids, you must have the passion in terms of what you're doing. I don't want to force you to train something that you don't like at all. So I observed the kids, that for example, my son, he went for a lot of sports. And then I observed that he actually liked badminton a lot. So I sent him to badminton schools. And then now he actually played very well, but he liked it so much, Like for example, I tell him that, so I booked the badminton course at 8 o'clock in the morning. Then 7 o'clock you wake up, and you prepare for badminton because you just enjoy so much, this is, I feel that passion is the number one thing you must have, If you are not, basically it's against yourself, So your heart and the way you are moving forward, it must be in line, to do that. So, and why I never give up probably is I'm a stubborn person. My wife always tell me actually you are very stubborn on that. So probably let's come back to my DNA as well.
I see. But being self-motivated is one thing, but motivating your team is another, right? How would you describe your management style on how do you keep the team motivated, especially through the previous tough time?
Yeah. When actually the company almost bankrupt and we didn't manage to raise a second round, I didn't tell them at all. So I keep all this stress actually to myself because I feel that the company is already trying to grow. I don't want to share something which I can personally take. I have to swallow this by myself. And let the team focus on what they are doing best. For that. But for a team, actually, I give them a lot of freedoms in terms of what they want to do, because I feel that essentially for managing a team, you must have a trust in the people that you have. I do have some people actually join my team previously, but we just feel that we can't trust each other, and I didn't hesitate to let them go, But once we have a trust over there, I give them a lot of freedoms to do. And I always tell them that if you think that this is the one thing actually you want to try, and you think that this is the best, even I think it's different, I will let them try, Because it doesn't mean I tell you it's wrong. Doesn't mean it's wrong. You have to try it, But for me, my job is I tell you that what is going to happen, but I will manage the calculated risk for the company. But you must go and try it. And after that, you grow stronger and grow bigger and grow better. And that's how you can support a company, So this is a way actually I work together with the team.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I'm so happy that my team has been working with so many years, And our team member has been with for many years,
Right, you allow them to experiment, and you don't worry that if they fail, that at least they give it a try to see where it leads. That's amazing. I always because I'm a father myself as well, with 4 kids, and so
amazing. That's really amazing. 4 kids, I can't imagine.
And I always think of not just providing for them, but rather how do you cultivate the qualities that you want in them, and to make sure that they are successful in their life.
Yeah.
So what's your philosophy on that? Do you encourage your kids also to bring out the entrepreneurial spirit in them, or it doesn't really matter to you? What are the key qualities that you want to convey to them?
I'm not sure actually there's any kind of study, why people want to start a company. Is it because of family, or is it because of DNA, or is it because of education? I don't know whether there's any study for that. But generally, I feel there's 2 things actually very important. First thing is actually education, the family, right? So how do you want to educate the family? Like my father actually, when I was young, he never asked me, you must do this, But I just through the things he did, now I feel that probably something actually I want to be in future as well, And probably the kind of influence is something that you don't tell them, but it's actually bigger influence for the kids, But you keep telling something, kids sometimes will just don't want to do it, Especially when they grow bigger. You tell them to do something, they don't want to do something. But you don't tell something, but you show and you act for that, they will actually follow, So that's something actually I feel that in terms of my way of actually staying together with kids and nurturing them and educating them is through my own actions. Even I tell the kids, right, I don't tell you that you must read books, like 2 hours a day or whatever. I read the books together with them, I show them that I also love reading books. I always bring them to the library every one time per 2 weeks time, So that's something actually I show them what we're doing. But for kids, actually, I don't really expect them to do something entrepreneur or whatever. I don't really have expectation for that. It really comes to his own passion and how he will be in future as well. I just, having a kids is, you just want to be a good kid, don't do bad stuff in future, and be a nice person to anyone. And then that's the best wish actually the family have as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And throughout your journey, you have, experienced all the highs and the lows. Right now, the company is in a good place, right? And so at this point of time, at this stage of your life, how do you define success? What is successful to you now, Shanison?
I never think about success or actually I'm success or, because having a success or fail is actually two extremes with that, and sometimes it might be scary. Like for example, the company almost died. I never thought about it's scary because I fail, It's just scary because what I wanted to do, at the beginning, my thought process, it doesn't materialize, When you want to do something but it doesn't work, that's something actually be scary. But it's not about having failure and people will laugh at you and you have a tag to say that this guy is a failure, So I don't really define by that as well. And success, I don't really define success because there's always a lot of challenge. People will feel that, wow, maybe you guys have reached a certain stage. It looks like a very good success outside, But internally, I share with you just now, there's a challenge, right, to grow a company. And every stage has a different kind of challenge. And how do you continue to bring the company to the next level is a challenge. So you never thought about, I'm successful already, I'm very comfortable, And the moment you feel that I'm comfortable already and very successful already, probably that's the time the company is dying. So I never really thought about that as well,
Right. Very wise words. And before we go, one of the questions that I always try to understand from my interviewees is, throughout the past decade, if you have to do it all over again, right?
Yeah.
What are the things that maybe you will do differently, or what are the things that you have maybe regret?
It's just that my thinking is actually quite a bit different. Look at my journey. My startup journey is actually not very typical. All the startup journey that you have read from the newspapers, whatever, right? It's always very fast, and they grow very fast. It's either they die, disappear after 1 or 2 years, or they're still there and very strong, right? And after a few years, they realize they cannot make money or close down, right? So this is usually a story. But for me, I struggled a lot in the first few years. Then after that, I raise the money and slowly grow and make money. So I would say that it's a bit more slow and steady growth over there. But then for me, right, if let's say I go back time, which is close the past 8 or 9 years for that, I would say that I would probably make the same mistake again. I would do the same thing again. The reason is, if you look at me 8 years ago, I'm still a person who lack of experience. I'm still a person who lack of financial knowledge or lack of financial backup also at the time. So I probably have to make the same mistake again to go to a person who I am today. So I will not able to do it. But the other way is, if let's say I'm putting myself right now back 8 years ago, then I probably will do a lot of things different today. I will probably shorten the start journey from 8 years or something to be a bit shortened to be 3 or 4 years. So I don't have to take such a long journey to grow a company at a time. So, and that's the best things that I ever earned, for having a startup journey to shape who I am today. It's not about financial stuff. It's about the experience I have. It's about shaping who I am today.
That's amazing. I really enjoyed my talk with you, Shanison.
Thank you, Stanley.
I hope we have another opportunity to chat again next time.
Thank you, Stanley. Maybe next time we'll talk about family and kids.
Wait for my next podcast.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Yeah.
Shanison is now busy building the business outside of Singapore and is leading a team more than 100 employees across the region. After its merger with Share Investor, the group CEO, Mr. Christopher Lee, is now planning an IPO for the group within the next few years. So I think the best is yet to come for Shanison and his team, and I'll definitely be rooting for them. Till we meet again, stay safe. I'm Stanley, and you have been listening to The Asian Mavericks, produced by Value Invest Asia. If you like this show, please give us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. And of course, if you know of the perfect candidate for us to interview for our next episode, you can always reach out to us through our social media. Thank you. Until we meet again, stay safe.